you were suing her for these various items that you left in her home, but you were living in her apartment, right?
Right, true.
And other than when you could, you were living there rent free.
No, I wasn't.
What do you mean?
I was giving her money for rent. I was out of 6 years. I was here on the average of maybe, let's say, 4 months out of the year.
After living rent free in her house for 8 months out of the year for 6 years,
Okay, all right.
you're
Okay.
suing for a
Okay,
$80
I
blender,
understand now. I
a
understand.
coffee
I
maker for
understand,
70
sir.
bucks.
Okay.
Why are you suing her? Is this something else besides I want these little items of property that I left in her house?
Okay, when you tell me you throwing my stuff away and I can't retrieve it, that's when I went to civil court and decided
And
to
they
sue
gave
for
you a
what?
date.
Right.
You were going over there to pick up these various items that you left there, and you didn't show up.
Okay, no, I was there. I don't drive no more. I had a friend of mine come from Harlem to pick me up to take me to Staten Island. I had to pay him $150 just to do that and wait. Get to court. She performs in court, screaming and yelling this, and the judge put it off for another 2 weeks.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Harden. Thank you, Mrs. Coleman. I have no more
Right,
questions.
okay.
Can we get to the countersuit? Ms. Coleman, you're suing for $250 for television that you said that you bought from the plaintiff. Why are you trying to get money back for it? How long have you had it?
He purchased the TV himself at first, right? We had the incident in 2023. He went and was staying with his cousin, so he had no place to stay because of the order of protection at the time. When he was there, he determined that, well, since he couldn't put all his things in his cousin's apartment because the apartment is small, we was talking again, and he said, well, I think I'm gonna sell the TV. I said, okay, since you have no place to put it, sell me the TV. He said, okay, agreed. I gave him the money for the TV. Now, all of a sudden, now that he's bringing me here for all this stuff that he's saying he's suing me for.
See, this is going back to the point of
he wants the
you
TV
sue me,
back.
I gotta sue you back.
I just want my money returned back.
I never took no money from her.
Yes, he did.
Why would I buy a TV for the house I'm living with her?
Do you have proof that you spent $250?
I gave it to him in cash.
All right, Mr. Harden, Ms. Coleman said that you have a drinking problem and that was what really contributed to the demise of this relationship. I want to give you a chance to address that.
Okay, let me address that, please. Yeah. When I watch sports, I'll have maybe a drink or two. I'm talking about maybe a nip like this here, 2 or 3. And then whatever game is on, that's what I do.
And you're going to stand here before these judges to talk about you buy a
I'm
hit
telling you the
model,
truth.
but
I'm telling you
want to
what
be
I
ashamed.
do.
Okay, guys.
He says you have a
Okay,
gambling
all
problem.
right,
Is that true?
Your Honor, I saved my money to go gambling. I don't ask him for a dime. The only thing he ever gave me was $100. That's it. The blender, there's never been a blender in my home. Never, because he never bought one.
All right, so you have some of his items, right? But not the ones he referenced.
No,
You
have
gave us
just
some
his
photographs.
clothes and the TV. Everything in my home, I work hard for. I save my money, and I pay for it.
All right,
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, the parties are excused while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you very much. What started out as a lovely beginning to a relationship, as you said, EOD, it got ugly pretty fast. But there's no legal case here.
No, it just sounds like a lot of, I don't know if it's junk or not. We don't know the value of it, but a blender, a coffee maker, 2 TVs,
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it, right? He didn't provide any
Anything.
documentation. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not
They
even photos.
cohabitated together for 6 years. I mean, these are things that you acquire. I don't even know that it's his. I'm apt to dismiss the counterclaim as well,
Oh,
which I think is
absolutely.
solely based on if we awarded him for the TV.
The burden was on the plaintiff. He didn't prove the case. This case was all around petty.
And look,
It was, I'm going to do what you're doing to me. That's all that it was.
even if we just accepted his word without evidence, they weren't loans anyway. So
They weren't.
I think everybody
And how
falls
dare
short
you
here.
live free for 8 months out of the year and say, I
want every
this.
dollar I
Excuse
gave you
me,
back.
He could be like, I just gave you housing.
Right.
We're even.
Yeah.
I know. All right, so we're going to dismiss both the complaint and the counter complaint and send these 2 folks on their way.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay.